Life is filled with small, everyday moments that become big ones without us even realizing it. And then as we age, those memories become even more important, particularly when we reach end of life. That is why the NorthStar Care Community has started a campaign called Life's Big Moments to start more conversations about care for families during that very emotional time. We've got Marcy Hillary here. She's the Executive Vice President and Chief Experience Officer at the NorthStar Care Community. Marcy, thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Absolutely. So let's talk about what NorthStar is all about.
Sure. And our viewers here would most likely know us by our names, Hospice of Michigan or Centrica Care Navigators, Arbor Hospice, but we're all part of the NorthStar Care Community.
Okay, so let's talk about this group and what this message you're trying to share by celebrating these moments.
Yeah, in hospice care, of all people, we know that it's oftentimes those small moments that actually are big things in our lives. And the whole goal of this campaign is it's really a storytelling campaign to help people maybe share some of those moments and then enter into a conversation about what is it that you want in end of life? Or if your loved one needs hospice care, what does that mean and what could that look like? So it's a tough subject and we're trying to find an easier way to enter into having these conversations.
Yeah, it really is so hard and we know we need to do it and we love our families so much. But right, getting that ball rolling. So let's talk about some ways to do that, to really start these conversations.
It's the way I say it. Sometimes it's almost like asking your family, what are your wishes at end of life? What would this look like? What are some of the things that you might want to do? I had a family once who basically all the kids were nervous about having the conversation with mom, and they finally decided to sit around the table and do it. And guess what the mom's response was? Oh, thank goodness, I've been waiting for you kids to bring this up.
Right?
So there's this, we think maybe that nobody wants to talk about it, but actually we do, because they're important things. And if you can just say, hey, maybe what are some of your wishes, mom or dad? That's an easy way to start the conversation. And then the ball's rolling and then it goes from there.
There you go. And something that's still shocking to me is really like only about half of the people who get hospice care. Let's talk about the over umbrella of what hospice is, what it does, and why it's so important in this stage of life.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Hospice care, it's a healthcare benefit. We all are eligible for it at the right time. And so there's no cost to it, and it includes the whole team. If you have a terminal illness, it includes the doctor, the nurse, the social worker, the chaplain, the hospice aide, volunteers. All of those folks come and provide a service to you in wherever you call home. It might be a nursing home, your own home. So that's what the benefit is. And the way to get it, I always tell people, you don't have to wait for someone else to tell you. You can pick up the phone. If your loved one, if you've had hospice before, you pick up the phone and a nurse can come out to the house and do an assessment. They'll tell you if you're eligible for it or not. So don't wait for someone else. It's better to come and get help sooner than waiting till there's a crisis.
Absolutely. And then, another part of this push is a fundraising effort. And let's talk about, obviously a lot of these services, these are free to people. And what, there are services people don't think about, like music therapy and other things that are really, really important.
Yeah, so we will concentrate our effort. You're actually probably going to see some pictures on here on a couple of different programs, but one of them is our Gestures of Grace program, which basically means anything that will make that patient more comfortable or special at the end of life. Our team, they're like masterful at getting that done. I think there might be a picture on here. We had a young woman who was about to graduate from college. We knew she probably wouldn't make it until the May ceremony. And so that whole college worked with our team. We had a special graduation just for her. And, now that family afterwards is going to be able to live so much better because we took the time to do that really special thing. And it could range from, bringing in a family member from across the country, building a ramp, simple things that make a really big difference.
And making those memories.
Yep, making those memories.
Okay. So besides starting these conversations, what else can we do to be involved in this?
Yeah, another great way is to just go on our website. We're actually going to have ambassadors for this campaign, and you could share your life's big moment. It doesn't only have to be a hospice story. It could be a big moment you're having in your life right now. The whole point is people of all generations, for them to just start sharing these things and interacting with us. And then who knows what that might prompt. And maybe a wedding, you share a wedding, and it might prompt your grandma to tell a story, about her wedding or something like that. That's the whole idea, is just to start talking.
There you go. The more we do it, the easier it'll get, right?
Exactly.
All right, Marcy, thank you so much for being
You're
here. We
welcome.
really appreciate it. You want to learn more about life's big moments, how to get involved, NorthStarCareCommunity.org. You can also find them on all the socials you see below, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.